on, come on. Pull, you got it, yep, go, good. Yes.
There's another record.
This is Coach David checking in, episode 20 of the Prep to the Stage. Not gonna take too much of your time talking, just gonna walk you through my training. This is actually an entire week's worth of compound movements. I didn't film any accessory work just because I was limited on time and needed to get through everything. So some deadlifts. Relatively speaking, everything actually feels pretty good. I've adjusted my volume to accommodate the lack of food this week. We brought my numbers down because of the peak for the last show. I was retaining a little more weight than we would have liked to have seen me at. Here is a quick physique update. And this was the beginning of last week, so I've actually come down about 2 pounds since this. Currently seeing a lot more separation in my glutes and more vascularity, more striations pretty much everywhere. So I'm pumped about that. The only day I didn't film would be as always, the only thing that has dropped off drastically is my bench press. That's just a lift that, if I don't keep the volume up, it does go down. And due to the lack of fat in and around my shoulders, as well as my scapula, retaining tightness has come down slightly.
Beautiful weather for deadlifts.
And that is. The weather is been slightly warm the past couple days, but it's been cooling off, or it's supposed to cool off this week, so. Alright, it's just one of my warm-ups. Yeah, just keeping the heavier weight in. I was actually stoked this weekend. I decided to work up to heavy singles, and then my working sets. This is 395. This is actually 92% of my current 1 rep max. I'm sitting at about 127.4 here, body weight. So even though it's been a while since I've been able to lift heavy, I was pretty stoked that everything's still moving fairly well. So that was like a 9. As far as the RPE. And then here are my working sets, 365 for 2 sets of 5. and those moved pretty decent. Alright, and then here is the next day, actually 2 days later. Nope, the next day. This is squats. This is one of my warm-ups. This is 315 for a single, just kind of checking to see how I feel, because again, it's been a little bit since I've hit this much weight. And it moved pretty good. And here is my working single 330. I honestly think I could have done this for a few reps. It moved pretty good. To those of you that are my clients, you guys know that with me I squat low bar, excuse me. My femurs are fairly long and my torso is short, hence why I need to bend over quite a bit like that. A lot of people are always concerned about my lower back, but I promise it's just my leverage. In order for me to keep the bar over my midfoot, I need to lean forward, almost like a good morning, in order to keep everything in line. A lot like Lane Norton. I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. And it's my working sets. 395 or 295, which is 395, 295 for a couple sets of 5. These didn't move too bad at all. And I am experiencing some tightness in my hamstrings. I can feel them roll over my femurs in the hole, which again is kind of common, so needing to foam roll a little more lately in order to keep everything nice and loose. Here's a good view. You can actually see where I lean forward quite a bit in the squat. And for those who think my knees track in, it's just because of my wide stance. I can't push my knees that far out when I have a wider stance. If I had a narrow stance like a Olympic squat, it'd be very easy for me to push my knees out. But anyways, alright, then here are my bench work. This is 185 just for a single warm-up. Although this wasn't a whole lot of weight, I was actually pretty pumped with how heavier weight still feels. After this, I made a jump to 205 and a little bit more of a grinder, but I've reduced my bench volume significantly, so that's why it's fallen off a little. As far as my powerlifting is concerned, I'll probably compete in another meet sometime middle of next year. I have a bunch of things I need to get taken care of, including coaching and refereeing and getting more involved with the USAPL. And we'll actually be dropping some fun information here soon about just that, as far as the powerlifting here in Arizona. That's it for that week worth of training. Today is Halloween, so I'm dressed up for that. So you'll see that in the next video. Alright guys. Later.